Hello aspirants, taking a look at editorial for 5th October 2016. The two editorials in today's Hindu newspaper. First one, clinching the nuclear deal with Japan. This we have already discussed in the news as well. So we have had civilian nuclear deals with various countries. To be specific, 11 countries so far, including USA, Russia, Australia, Canada, South Korea. Japan is critical. This deal is critical basically even for the critical components which we discussed. For nuclear reactors which we are sourcing from USA. These critical components are being built by a US company which is now owned by a Japanese company, Toshiba, Westinghouse to be specific. So for these critical components to be sourced to our reactors, which will be given by US to us, which will be sold by US to us, will come only if will be effective only if Japanese nuclear deal comes into effect. So the problem in this Indo-Japan nuclear deal we discussed was the nullification clause. As we know that Japan is the only country which faced nuclear strikes, that is the nuclear attack on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and also the recent Fukushima nuclear power plant disaster which took place, resulting in so much of leakage and contamination and losses to life of people. The what is required now is Japan is very keen on having a clear views on nuclear reactors. It wants India to ban nuclear tests. India has already declared that it would not conduct any nuclear tests after Pokhran 1 and 2. So there is a self-imposed moratorium on tests, nuclear tests by India. But it is not ready to sign CTBT. We will not sign CTBT. CTBT is Comprehensive Test Ban Treaty. So CTBT and another one, if you've heard of, is Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty (NPT). Are two treaties we refuse to sign. The reason being that they are discriminatory. They discriminate between nuclear weapon states and non-nuclear weapon states. And India is not recognized as a nuclear weapon state. So the Indo-US nuclear deal during the first term of Manmohan Singh was also very critical because it gives us some kind of a de facto nuclear weapon state. Presently also we are trying a lot to get into NSG, Nuclear Suppliers Group, which will be effective only if we have signed NPT. But NPT says that nuclear non-proliferation will not take place by non-nuclear weapon states. Means those who don't have nuclear weapon do not proliferate. Proliferation means spreading. Do not enter into nuclear race and try to acquire nuclear technology for arms purposes. So India has already developed nuclear technology. We have nuclear arms. So why to sign a treaty which will categorize us under non-nuclear weapon states? So Japan is fine with that too if you are not ready to sign NPT and CTBT, but it wants to have a nullification clause in the deal, Indo-Japan nuclear deal, under which if India conducts a nuclear test, the nuclear deal is nullified, immediately nullified. India says no, there should be consideration that if we are not planning to do, but if situation so arises and we have a nuclear test conducted, then there should be further negotiations and renegotiations rather than immediate nullification of the deal. So on this one aspect, the deal is stuck. We have also discussed in November 2016, Prime Minister is visiting Japan, so we are waiting to see if the nuclear deal gets signed during that time. So our hopes are high. So that is the thing. Another aspect in the nuclear deals with other countries are the liability clause. The Nuclear Liabilities Act, which India has passed, puts in liabilities on the sources of nuclear components, that is these Western companies, and they get stuck over there because they don't want to take in the liability. So Japan on that matter, we feel that it would be better off because it itself has seen a nuclear disaster, nuclear power plant disaster in Fukushima recently. So it will be considerate on that aspect. So let's see, fingers crossed, whether the deal gets signed. The next editorial, bolstering growth amid risks. This is regarding the news which we discussed. That was the repo rate has been reduced by the new RBI governor Urjit Patel, but this decision had not been taken by RBI governor. Till before this decision, monetary policy decision, before this was taken by RBI governor. But from this time onwards, it is the monetary policy committee, which comprises of 3 members from RBI and 3 members from the government side. including the RBI governor, who is the chairman of this committee, they have decided together what should be the repo rate. Repo rate we have already discussed in the news section, you can refer that. So that is the idea. Repo rate has been cut, brought down, means there will be more money in the economy, means it is not targeting inflation, because inflation target is that it should remain, target is 4% with plus minus 2% variation allowed. So we are in that range, so there is no need that in that band, so there is no need to target inflation, but rather we are seeing that globally growth is declining. So in this period of global lower growth rates, we need that we need that stimulus is given to the economy. So on the basis of that, repo rates have been cut. So that's what looking into the international scenario too, and the volatility in the international markets, US presidential elections being due. So all that taken into consideration, repo rate has been reduced, and we saw repo rate has been decreasing consecutively for all the quarters since 2015. So it is in tune with that. So that is about this second editorial. Also in the next para, as they discuss, is that food inflation is a risk, but then government is taking action on this too. There is increased sowing this season due to a good monsoon in major parts of the country, and supply management measures have also been undertaken by the government to ensure supply of food grains throughout the country. So food inflation will hopefully be controlled. And another aspect which the panel has discussed was that the main factors which may result in cost spiral and increase in prices would be the higher house rent allowances, which the 7th pay commission has recommended, and the minimum wages have increased, and also the minimum support prices have increased. So these are positive steps which the government has taken, providing more money in the hands of the people. So these may result in inflation. So those are the reasons which could be the reasons for inflation in the future. So because of initiatives taken by the government in the right direction. So this is about the two editorials. The RBI's gross value addition growth rate, GVA growth rate forecast remains the same at 7.6%. So they have not increased or decreased the forecast for growth this year. Thank you.